Hey everybody, welcome back. So this is going to be my first 3D tutorial using AppGameKit Studio. I'm also going to be using this very easy modeling program called Asset Forge, and I'll have a link to this in the description. But you can use whatever um, 3D modeling kit that you want to use. So I'm just going to make a quick gun. Let me fast forward through this process. Don't worry, everything that I create, I will be putting in the description for you guys to download, so that way you guys can follow along with the tutorial completely. All right, so this is going to be my gun model that I'm creating. So all you have to do once you created the model is you do File, Export Model. You can leave all this at default, but I do highly recommend generating the color map. That'll create a texture file for whatever colors you have set around the gun. So now let me hit export. I have a 3D model exports folder already that I will be utilizing. I'm just going to call this one gun. Actually, let me make a new folder within here. That way I can keep all these separate that we make throughout the tutorial series. And now I can hit save and close it here. I don't need to save that. Let me open up AppGameKit, and then let me go into my documents here and show you what this created. So we got our texture, and then here's our actual object. And all right, well, let's go ahead and talk about how to import this into our game. So let's create a new project. I'm going to call this one, why did I hit open? We're going to do new. I'm going to call this one model import. This is the first thing we're going to learn how to do. Let me just save that into my documents. AppGameKit Studio, new folder, model import. And there we go. All right, hit OK, create the project. And okay, so now is copy all of this, but I actually want to grab this one out of the textures. It needs to go into the gun folder. There we go. And I need to copy all of these and go into my actual file now. So model import, go into the media and paste it. All right, so now let me take this off the screen. What we can do is load it in. So the easiest way to do it, now that it's actually in our media file, is we can just do, well, we're going to create a variable that's going to contain the model object that we're going to load. So we're going to say gun equals load object. And the object that we're loading is that gun.obj. All right. Oh. After that, we need to load the texture. So we can say gun text equals load image, and we're loading the gun.png. And then from there, we just need to set the object image. So you go set object image, and we're going to call it, we're going to create the gun, and using the gun text, and go ahead and put a 0 for the integer sets or text stage. We'll go over this later on, or you can again go to the front, hit F1, and that'll tell you exactly um, what that text stage does. But let's go ahead and run this now. And there's our model, but we can't navigate around it or anything, so we can't tell it's an actual model, right? It just kind of looks like a little image there stuck in the middle of the screen. So how we can do that, let's go ahead and go into our do loop, and let me see here. I'm actually gonna raise the FPS to 60. But in our do loop, what we can do is create some camera controls. So we can say control the camera, and we can just do, let's see, if get raw key state, and this one's going to be 87. And then we'll say then move camera local z 0.5. And again, don't worry too much about the digits here. If you just need to do some more, um, reading on it, you can always just click right in front of it, hit F1, and it'll explain exactly what it is. Control C, and now I'm going to paste it, and then paste it 2 more times, and 2 more times. All right, so let me change these keys here. So let me show you what these keys are. So if I actually go into my folder here and I go to AppGameKit Studio, I have a keys folder, or a keys file, sorry. Let me drag it over really quick. And I have what every key is. So for us, we're using, let me lower this, the 87, 83, 65, 68. So 83 is going to be S, 87 is going to be W, 65 is going to be A, 68 is going to be D. So we're using WASD, and then 81 is going to be the Q key, and also we have 69, which is the E key. So Q and E are going to move us up and down. WSAD is going to be like normal FPS movement, but you'll see how that works. All right. So now we just need to change these values here. Since we want them to do the opposite of each other, I'm going to add a negative here. I'll put a negative here and also a negative here. And so let's go ahead and go down to here, and I'm going to add another if statement here. It's going to be if, and then we're going to say get, oh, actually I need to put a parenthesis around that, get pointer pressed, and we're going to say start x with a hash in front of it equals get pointer x start y equals get pointer y ANGX, so it's angle x with a hash in front of it, equals get camera angle x 1, and then ANGY with a hash in front of it equals get camera angle y 1, pressed equals 1 and if. Okay. And I'll be going through what these do. Well, basically, you can probably figure out what these ones are doing. We're setting variables and we're setting pressed equals 1. Okay. And right now, that's not really going to do much, and but it's not going to do anything. We need to actually program in what it's going to do. So we can say if get pointer state, and we'll say equals 1. And then I'm going to do the, oh, all right, these are just going to be some variable names. Um, and we're going to say get pointer x minus start x divided by 4.0. And this one's going to be f diff y. So this is going to be the difference between the x and the y equals, or float difference for the x and the y. And we're going to say get pointer y minus start y divided by 4.0. And then we'll say the new x equals ang x plus the f difference for the y. And what we can say is if new x is greater than 89, then new x equals 89. And under that, we can test for the new x to see if it's less than negative 89. So if new x less than negative 89, then new x equals negative 89. Now we can add the camera rotation or set it. So we do set camera rotation, and we're going to set camera 1 to the new x by the ang y plus the float difference of x, and no float for the z. And now let's end that if. I forgot to change these from z's. So this one we'll set to x, x, and these two are going to be y's. Alright, now that I fixed those, we should be able to go left and right, up and down, and then, yeah, navigate like we're in a 3D world. Yep. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Alright. Well, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I just wanted to show you how we could import our model. In the next one, we'll probably go over FPS movement with like an actual plane on the ground. And I'll see you then.